everybody, Thad Shoemaker, Shoemaker Guitar Works. How's it going? So, it's Christmas time. People are on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever, looking for cheap guitars to give their kids for Christmas or whatever, and this is kind of one of those guitars. This is what I would call a Marketplace or Craigslist special. It's a early 2000s Les Paul Special 2. So it's a flat top Les Paul made by Epiphone. Pretty good guitar, actually. They had decent sounding pickups in them and whatever. And they play pretty good when they're set up right. So what I'm getting at is, if you buy one of these guitars online from, whoever, from Marketplace, from Craigslist, eBay, whatever, they're likely going to need maintained. And that is the biggest thing that this guitar needs, is a little maintenance here. It's extremely dusty and dirty, but in general, it's not in bad shape. So what I'm going to do is just go through and kind of clean it up, check everything out. Then I'll make sure that the truss rod is set like it's supposed to be, whatever it needs. So before I go ahead and wipe it off, I've got some 2000 grit here, and I'm just going to go over the tops of the frets. It looks like we got some fret sprouting here. I may have to pop these down a little bit, and we got some wear or something. Actually, no, that's just like, I don't know, there's super glue or some kind of goo on the frets there. Let me see if I can get that off of there. Yeah, I'm not sure what they got going on there. But customer bought this, going to give it to his kid for Christmas. Just needs to be cleaned up. So that's what I'm going to do today. Yeah, we definitely got some fret sprout going on. Definitely there. Looks like a couple others maybe. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to oil this fretboard up. That way it has time to soak in. And that will ultimately help with any fret sprout that's going on, and then I can push the fret down a little bit if I need to, or whatever, in order to get it to seat again. This is my Shoemaker snake oil. I make it right here in-house. You can buy it right here with me. If you are interested in it, you can contact me through my email, shoemakerguitarworks@gmail.com, or you can just even send me a message right here on YouTube. And wow, this thing is really dry. It's just absorbing that oil. So I'm going to let that sit on there, and I'll wipe my hands off a little bit, dust this thing off before I do anything, before I spray any cleaner of any sorts. So now I'm going to take some of this cleaner that I have, spray it on the guitar, let it sit for a second. microfiber cloth. You can get these just about anywhere for a couple bucks for a package of a lot of them. And just kind of go through and clean everything up. This thing's really dusty. Whoever had it hasn't played it in a long time. It had broken strings on it. It had strings wound the wrong way. So that's evidence to me that somebody had gotten it and then it just sat and never got played. So that's where I come in, and I get to fix it up and make it so it can be playable again and a nice guitar. I mean, this tells you it's still got the plastic cover, the protective plastic over the top of the truss rod cover, so that tells you that it was never really played, never been messed with really. Do the same thing here on the back. Just spray her down. And it's got some wear to it. It's definitely been around the block a little bit. You know, it's I don't think it was played much. I think it was just sat in somebody's, you know, room and it got tossed around, whatever. Kids' friends played it, you know, messed around with it, whatever. It's got, you know, a few chips and bangs and bruises here, but in general it's a good guitar. And I dropped the bridge, of course. Yeah, fret sprout's already better, just from that little bit of oil. There's only a few of them catching the ends of my fingers right now. That's almost all the way soaked in, so I'm going to go ahead and add another layer here. A dry guitar is an unhappy guitar. You need to keep them humidified, keep the fretboards moisturized. So I'll let that sit again for a little bit, and then I'm going to put some D'Addario XL10s on it, and I'm probably going to touch up the back a little bit where it's got the chips in it. One thing I did notice that I have to do right now before I forget is these strap buttons are both loose and coming off. Alright, so that one's now tight. Alright, so what I'm probably going to do is after this fretboard oil soaks in, I'm going to go through with my safe file here and do a couple of edges that are sprouting. I'm also going to take my brass hammer and I'm going to tap down on this fret a little bit on both ends because it's popped a little bit on both ends. Worst comes to worst, I'll stick it in my fret press, which is just a arbor press that I adapted to make into a fret press. So I will bring you back at string point and let you know what we got to do here. Alright, so it turns out I did not have to use the fret end file. I tapped down on the this fret a little bit, this fret, and a couple other ones that were popping, and now they're nice and smooth on the ends. Not gonna cut anybody's hand, whatever. The fretboard has soaked up the oil pretty well. So now I will go ahead and wipe this excess off. Stay where you're at, tailpiece. Alright, no excess. And, like I said, we're going to string it up with the Dario 10s, the XL 10s. We'll just leave that off of there until it's time. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to just touch up a little bit. I got some black lacquer back there. I'll touch up the corner where it's kind of busted up a little bit. And kid will have a nice guitar. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is just kind of what you got to do to maintain a guitar, or if you buy a guitar online that's been sitting a while. So like I say, you got to go through it and moisturize the fretboard, clean it up, make sure that you know, your bridge is functional and not super rusty or anything. Make sure your fret ends aren't sticking out and protruding so you don't get hands cut when you're playing, stuff like that. The added bonus is I'm going to do a little touch up on this thing and just make it so it's a little bit nicer looking. Can match that black on that burst really well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon.